was extraordinary, really. I've always wanted to do it. It always appealed to me, woodcuts. There's something so powerful about them. This is an exhibition of my own woodcuts and also the work of Pine Feroda, who are a collaboration of 5 woodblock printmakers from all over the country. We wanted a name that was genderless and also that wasn't specifically English, but it doesn't have any deep meaning. We get together on a Sunday night, and on a Monday morning, whatever the weather, we go out and we have to find the most interesting thing on that morning, and then we'll do a drawing. This is a very good example, actually, because there was nothing special about that day. And then a storm cloud came and we could see this squall coming towards us, and that made the print. The wind got up, the waves got up. It suddenly became exciting. So we kind of feel our way, and the extraordinary thing is that we never know what we're going to produce. It's like having a baby, I suppose. You think, really? You know, wow, curly hair, you know. These are all relief prints, which means that the ink goes on the top surface that hasn't been cut. Once you've cut away what you don't want to print, you would then mix up some ink and roll the ink onto the top surface of the block, and then put paper down on top and either print with a hand burnisher of some kind, or you put it in a press. You need to decide what kind of wood you're going to use. If I wanted wood grain, then I would use elm. This blue is one plank of elm. In fact, I drove 400 miles one day to get this plank. So I've wire brushed the grain here, and then I've printed it with a graded roller which goes from the dark through to pure paper. And then printed the hedge on top. It's quite difficult, it's not that easy, but when it works, it's fabulous. It's about producing a successful print, so we're quite ruthless and quite rude to each other sometimes. And if somebody has to go off feeling unvalued one day, then that's life. They'll be all right the next day. Well, I live here, and I am part of this landscape. I mean, I'm influenced, obviously, by it. I always work from what's around me, so I'm just very lucky that there's so many amazing places near here. But it's also to do with the elements, really, the wind and movement of the waves, and I'm quite involved with all of that. Do you know, this is really an admission. I think I do most of my work in the winter because on the summer I'd rather be on the beach, you know? At the end of the day, when we'd hung this yesterday, I thought, gosh, I have a really limited palette, you know? I love colour, you know? But I'm always thinking about obsidian and pewter and black. I love black. So maybe the winter does speak to me, I guess. I like extremes and wild places and wilderness, and this is as close as we come to it here. Anybody can do this, so you can work large. You don't need a big studio, you don't need lots of equipment. That's one thing that I would like to share with people. You can learn enough to carry on in black and white in a day. Everybody loves that moment when they lift it up. It's always exciting. People often think they might not be strong enough to work in wood, but wood is easier to cut than lino if you have sharp tools. People of my generation, they've all done a lino cut in school and they all remember it. But then it went away, didn't it? Time to bring it back.